Welcome back to another match reaction. 7 games, 7 win, 21 points. I don't think anyone can complain, right? I mean, what a start of the season. It wasn't the best game, let's be honest. I mean, but this is the kind of games where, it's always nice feeling, when you win games by 3, 4 goals. But this kind of 1-0 victories just gives you that champion feeling. When you win by games like this, like super, just it gives you more joy, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with the 3 points. Talking about Casado, I mean, I will leave this question for you guys. Why did Xavi never play this guy? I mean, when you watch this guy performing the way he's been performing, bossing midfielders, but bossing, being the boss pretty much in every game, it makes you wonder why, Xavi never played this guy. But I leave this question for you guys. And we got Conde, who's, for me, is one of the best signings that Barca has done in the last few years. And I wouldn't be surprised if Barca goes and gives, an extra 20 million to Sevilla and say, a, another gracias, another thank you. Then we got Balde, who's slowly getting back to his form. I mean, this guy is not even fully fit yet. Wait until his motorbike has the full tank, and sometimes I think I actually thought Balde, not joke, I actually thought Balde was 23, 24. Balde is still 20. I mean, talking about Inigo Martinez, he has been absolutely, I would say, incredible. He's been very solid this season. He's improved a lot on the as in flank. We got Lewandowski with another goal. I mean, 7 games, 7 goals. Is it Pichichi, right? And overall, I'm gonna talk about the game overall. I knew he's gonna be tough. Getafe always give us this kind of tough games. This is not the first time. This is not gonna be the last time. Yeah, Getafe is not having a good start of the season, but Getafe is Getafe. Always give us a tough games, and like I mentioned already, this kind of games is that kind of games gives that feeling when you suffer to win. And let's not forget, this is a marathon, right? This is a long way, still a long way to go. I am confident. I am happy with so many things. Right now, I know this is only the start of the season, but I'm gonna tell you guys, taking that Monaco game away, which look, it happened. We know if Garcia didn't got sent off, the game would have been completely different. I still think we would have won that game without any problem. That red card clearly, for the reasons that I've said already, but taking that game off overall this season so far, seeing the position we are right now, with the games that we've played, the games that we have won, the football that we're playing, I just don't think that we can't complain. And I don't think there would be many Barcelona fans out there, including myself. I can't say it myself. If I trust Flink, I think Flink is a very good manager, and I think he's going to do a very good job at Barca. But at the start of the season, as you said, after 7 games, Barca would be in this position. I would lie if I said yes. And with all the injuries as well, people has to realize that at the minute we have got like what 9 main players that could easily start is injured, right? Seeing what Hansen Flink is doing with a lot of youngsters at the minute, we now an average of players age, we are the youngest team in La Liga, and we are top of the table, and we haven't lost any games. 7 games, 7 win. He's just, I love the way Hansen Flink is rotating the team like Pedri yesterday, right? He needed. This is what other coaches, which I'm not going to mention names, I already mentioned about Xavi say, and this is a question for you guys. But why did other coaches not? I mean, why did other coaches not did what Hansi Flink's do when he comes to a game 60 minutes, he takes him off. Yesterday he come on for what, the last 15 minutes of the game, and this is about having young players like this with this kind of talent, players like Pedro with a lot of future. I will be talking about Yamal because I think it's very important also to talk about Yamal. But having a player like Pedro, who's we know injuries has never been his best friend, and Flink knew when he comes to Barca. Flink knew about Pedro's situation. Look, the way he's managing him is about knowing how to manage a player, and Flink is there with Pedri. Like yesterday, if you tell me, like, yeah, I want to watch Pedri play every game. Of course, I want to watch. I want to watch Yamal play every game. But when you see this kind of rotation and the team's still doing well, this is all. This work is all from the coach. The coach, and yeah, the players deserve credit, but the coach also deserves the credit because when the things go wrong, seems to only just go wrong for the coach, and he will always be the first one. Like people will blame first one to get sacked, but yeah, I just love to see the way Hasenflink with all the injuries, how impressed has been, like the way he's rotating, giving everyone a chance, giving a lot of people's going to say like he didn't have no choice. Same with Xavi last season, then, but why he didn't ever play Casado? That's one question which I've talked about this in the past, but I'm bringing in this up again because seeing this kid, this is not like from the night to the day. You can't just be that this good. We knew Casado was good. If you watch, if you've been following him, if you watch Barca B games, which I do, not much. When I've got chance, I do, and I've watched him play before, and I knew there's a player there, right? He's a completely different player than we are used to see. Like we always seems to see players with so much talent. It's not that he hasn't got the talent, he has, but is that talent different? Is I give you an example of Mark Bernard, which is two complete different pivots or DMs, whatever you want to call. Casada is more like all around work. Like his work rate is just unbelievable. I mean, I think if once Flinks decide to fix his garden, I think Casada be one of the first persons he will call to help because this guy will be everywhere. And like he has been everywhere. He has been very impressed. Honestly, he has been amazing. Like Lewandowski. Let me talk about Yamal because Yamal another game, another brilliant game. He doesn't need to score or assist to have a good game. This is the problem with a lot of people nowadays is that if Yamal goes and doesn't score or assist, people think that he has a bad game. No, it's not about that. He didn't score, he didn't assist, but he had another magic game. You know, dragging players with him, making spaces for creating spaces. Like he's just when once the ball touch on his face, just magic will come. He will create something. That's what he was doing yesterday, and it was unlikely not to score. We did that. We was the best team. We had a few chances. We almost considered the end. That one at the end, I was like, I can't remember what I was doing. I've just stopped. I think I've just stopped, and I was like, what's going on? I was so glad that Getafe player missed the shot. But yeah, that was a bit lack of concentration at the end. That was after a few changes. And now I'm going to speak about Pablo Torres, who was decent again yesterday. I mean, his work was good, creating spaces. We know this kid has talent as well. I'm so glad to see him, given a chance. And I mean, talking about Conde, if you're talking about in terms of as a defensive right back, he's up there. He's world class up there. Probably the best right back in the world. And I've said this many times. For you to be a top right back, your main job is to know how to defend. Right? He's improving his attacking game. You can tell his crosses. That's one. Barca scored from one of his crosses, right? He's improving a lot, and it's good to see that. And he will only improve. But I mean, Conde since last season, yeah, we wasn't great last season, but Conde last season was one of our best players, top two. I think I put him top two, our best players last season. He's been so consistent for us, and yeah, I'm very happy with Conde. I'm very happy with everything again. Seeing him as a captain, deserve. his work rate still there. Yeah, it's still you can only improve. You can only get better. You will never be perfect in anything you do, right? There's only one perfect player in this world, which is Messi. Messi is the only one that anything that Messi does, Messi doesn't need to improve. Messi is the most perfect footballer of all time. Eh, Messi is just the only one that you can say. Everyone else has always got something to improve. You can only get better. Just Messi. Messi's the only player. I'm not just saying this. Some of you will say, this is Messi, like obsessed with Messi and stuff. But no, it's fact and not stats. But anyways, if you want to talk about stats yesterday looks better for Barcelona, but it wasn't a great game. Let's be honest. But yeah, happy with everything. Eric Garcia was decent at times. I'm not gonna say he was bad. He had a solid game. He had I would say, okay game. Right? He's 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 getting to a position where he's not really used to play a lot, so it will only get better. And I believe that, with Hansen Flink, things seems to work because we got a coach that knows how to take the best of everyone. Look what he's doing with Lewandowski. Lewandowski is getting old, but Lewandowski is a top goal scorer. Lewandowski is La Liga top scorer. I know he's only been 7 games, but you've scored already 7 goals. Lewandowski, I said, I I knew, and I don't have any doubts this season is going to be another. It's going to be a good season for Lewandowski, and I know he will be scoring plenty of goals. And yeah, let me think. What else should I be talking? Like the main thing in here, of course, I'm very happy with 3 punch. I think this is a massive 3 punch. This is the kind of games where, I mean, this is a marathon, right? This is not a race. This is a marathon, and these kind of games, you need to think game by game, win game by game. And next one will be away to Osasuna, another game that I think we should be getting 3 points. And then we will have international break soon, which, going to another international break like we did on the last one, being top of the league, winning games, playing good. Even yesterday wasn't the best performance. Probably, I would say, take that Monaco game away. Talking about La Liga, just in La Liga games, this probably was the worst, yeah, but the worst performance. But it doesn't mean that it was very, very bad, right? It was just the worst if you compare it to the other 6 games, but it was still enough and a solid performance because really Getafe didn't do much. They had that chance at the end, and let's talk about playing it to keep a clean sheet. Well, to be honest, he didn't have much to do, so it wasn't uh, he didn't have much to do because he had Kubars in there, very solid. He had Balde, he had Conde, he had Inigo Martinez. This guys has been very solid. Kubarzi again, and I like the way Flink keeps taking him off. Giving him a rest, like I've mentioned with Pedro and stuff. And this is what we should be doing. For you to manage this kind of players, you cannot burn this place. Same we've got with Yamal, as I mentioned, and I'll say again with Yamal. Think now is time. I know it's not easy to just say this because of all the injuries we got, but I think it's time to give Yamal a rest. I think it's time, or maybe like after in the international break, once everyone gets back, when you get Dani Olmo back, Fermin Lopez, once we slowly get everyone back, it's time to give to manager Yamal because he's been playing way too many games. And if you ask me, and I'm always will try to be honest with you guys, I don't think we have actually managed Yamal very well because if you look last season at the Euros and now this season, we're not in terms of game time, rotate him. We haven't managed him like we should be doing. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I always want to see him play. I don't want to see Ferran Torres. Come on, eh, not much to do. But I thought, you know what, 20 minutes left to go when I was watching the game, I thought, I think this game's gonna stay like this 1-0. I think we're just gonna try and just like keep like we were skipping the possession and stuff, slowing the game a little bit down. You could tell some players are tired. It's normal with the injuries that we got. Rafinha keeps playing every game. Lewandowski, as I've just mentioned, Yamal. But I like to see the rotation and the way we win this game. For me, I love this kind of games where you just have that feeling when you win and you feeling. this, because last season we wasn't doing this. Last season, yeah, we was grabbing wins by 1 goal difference, but it wasn't the same feeling. You didn't have the same feeling that you had last season, right? And winning this game give me that feeling. I'll give you guys an example. 2 seasons ago, when we won La Liga with Xavi, we was winning a lot of games like this 1-0 and stuff. But we looked strong and solid. But with Flink, obviously, we have the football there. I think, guys, Flink made eyes loving watching Barcelona again. And this guy is doing an incredible job. Like I've said, I was happy when we signed him. I knew now we have a real coach. There wasn't a lot of names out there, but I knew Flink. You can't just go to Bayer because and then win. A treble, win everything with Bayer just because they got the players, they have the quality. You can't have the quality. You can't have the best players in the world, but you need to gel them together. You need to know how to work with them together. And hasn't Flink is doing that at Barca. Even having we have a lot of good players. But when you look at that Bayer team, when you look at this Barca team, people will think that he won with Bayern because they have a lot of good players. Nah, you look at this Barca with all the injuries, the job that this guy is doing, he's very impressed, and you can tell there's a coach in there. There's a coach that he knows what he's doing, which we had last season. Xavi majority of the time didn't know what he's doing. I'm not gonna say that everything that he's doing was bad because he's not. We still have to thank Xavi for a lot of things that he has done it, but you can tell there's two different. It's like two different characters of a manager seeing the game completely different and not how to manage each player completely different. So that's just my opinion. Let me see if I have missed anything about apart from being very happy with that win. I don't care. Like yesterday, for the whole day, I was thinking for myself, I don't care if we win 1-0, if we win by, you know, a handball, an on goal, I don't care. I did not care. I just want the 3 points. And I'm sure every Barca player feel like that. Every Barca fan, even hasn't fling. You could tell how happy he was. He knows how this kind of games is very important. If you want to win leagues, you need to win these kind of games. And that's what happened yesterday. And look, super happy. Let's see. Our next game is against Osasuna. Hopefully, I'll be able to do another match reaction. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you keep support. Make sure that smash the like, notifications on, subscribe. The usually stuff everyone is asking, right? Everyone always asks. But yeah, I hope you enjoy another video. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.